Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Spur here. How are you doing? We're back at it in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We're going to continue our sightseeing, this time over around Dallas, and we'll go ahead and let us get rolling here before we get into it too much. I was going to take off from Midway Regional, and I got the plane set up over there, and there is a large building in the middle of the runway. I mean, right smack in the middle of it. So that is most definitely a bug. I don't know what it would take to correct that, but yeah, it's like the FBO is in the middle of the runway. So that was not doable, so we're back at Arlington, and we're going to head east towards Dallas. There's a few things along the way that we're going to check out. And as soon as we get about 500 above, we'll turn. So I hope everyone's doing well. The video's done really great. Thank you guys for checking them out and liking and subscribing. It's always greatly appreciated. And I'm just really happy that you guys have been enjoying them. So it's a lot of fun to get in here and fly. I really enjoyed it. Just about every morning for the past several days, like after everyone's up and kind of settled for the routine of the day, I get up and do a little morning flight, and it's always just really fun and cool to do that. So, you know, let's head more southeast here. We'll get on altitude. We'll do about 2,000 this time today. So as you can see, a beautiful day out here today. This is live weather, though I have noticed that the ATIS at the different airfields has not matched up with the weather. Like every time I've dialed up ATIS for every airfield around here, it has said that there's 3 miles of visibility, and you can tell that there is way more than 3 miles of visibility. So I don't know what that's about. It must be some kind of other bug or something like that, something along those lines. So we're about to hit 2,000. There we go. Come back on the throttle. Oh. There, we should be good right here. Okay, so we're heading on a course 122 degrees from Arlington Municipal. We're heading towards Joe Pool Lake is the first area I kind of wanted to hit up. We have a large earthen dam over there. It's just off the corner of the nose there.
Sierra Alpha, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Alright, let's do this. Alright,
Tower Cessna Alpha, Sierra X-Ray Golf, Sierra Alpha, frequency change.
Alright, let's get this guy trimmed up a little bit and get that and that. Okay.
Regional approach Cessna Alpha.
Okay, now that we're through all that mess, we're back. There's a Joe Pool Lake right in front of us. Joe Pool Dam, the earthen dam right off the corner of the nose there, of the console, I should say. So anyway, the reason why I came out here is if you're not familiar with the area,
Sierra Alpha, please acknowledge.
or even if you are, there's an area. Oh, I still got to trim this thing up a little better.
Sierra Alpha.
There's an area just to the east of the lake called Cedar Hill. All right. And this is the first kind of discrepancy I've noticed in the scenery. What's notable about Cedar Hill is that there is a very large antenna farm on Cedar Hill over here. There are tons of towers over here. Many of them in excess of 1,500 feet tall. Definitely in excess of 1,000. I think there's one that's 15 and one that's 17. Something like that. So huge towers. They dominate the landscape. You can see them at night. You know, those lights, the glowing red lights. Anyway, they're not here. And that's when it dawned on me that there are 0 radio towers in Zim. They are nowhere to be found anywhere. And I know they've had them before in previous versions. I have no clue as to why they didn't incorporate radio towers. Because to me, when you're flying, it's kind of they're kind of a big deal. They're obstructions, you know. I mean, especially when you're flying VFR. I remember one tower, the area that I lived before, was 2,000 feet tall, so it was most definitely an obstruction to light aircraft, you know. So we don't have towers. That's the gist of it. There are no towers in Sim anywhere. That really surprised me. I wasn't expecting that. Like, I thought that, you know, they've had it before. I thought that was pretty much a standard now to have those. So anyway, we're going to turn back north.
Sierra Alpha regional approach continue as planned. Altimeter 29.80.
Okay, now we have oh shoot, what is this lake called? I just went blank all of a sudden. Okay, Mountain Creek Lake, right off the nose. And in the distance, you see a runway there. And that is what's left of Naval Air Station Dallas. That was an active base. It's still an active base now, I think. Some kind of National Guard base, but they don't fly aircraft out of there, at least fixed wing, I don't think. And if you know, when we fly over it, you'll see it looks like it's in disrepair, like the runway is not used. Back in the day, they had F-18s out of here, I think a reserve unit, and as well as I think maybe KC-130s or C-130s, one of the two. I think that was a Marine Corps unit, but I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong. But anyway, they do have the base here, and it's another, you know, it's another kind of neat landmark jutting out into the lake there. Like, you can't mistake that. Like I said, this is Mountain Creek Lake. So there you go. There's the runway. They don't have yellow X's on the runway, so maybe it still is used. I can't say for sure. I think the fixed wing operations moved to Carswell. So, like I said, if you guys know, maybe y'all can give a little more information on it. But anyway, there's the base, and if you, like I said, as we get over it here, it looks kind of ragged, you know. It looks a little, looks like it hasn't been taken care of, especially when we get up here to this ramp. Really nice view of it. Really cool textures. The textures just look absolutely amazing on it there. And I don't know why they have us requesting Class B transition, because we're way low enough for that right now, but. So anywhere there's, yeah, you see the grass in the taxiway and stuff like that. It looks pretty rough. There's some kind of railroad tracks, a little rail yard down there. That's neat. Going towards Arlington. Anyway, let's turn east now, and we'll head towards Dallas. Now, Dallas is an area I am not nearly as familiar with Dallas as I am Fort Worth, the Fort Worth area. I think that is I-30 off the console there, off the corner of the console.
Regional approved.
Now, another thing I noticed is that you see that Dallas is over there, but you don't see the Skyline. And for whatever reason, the Dallas Skyline does not render out as far as Fort Worth. I could see the Fort Worth Skyline plain as day doing touch and goes down at Spinks Field, south of downtown Fort Worth, the whole time. And Dallas is nowhere to be seen. It will be popping in a little bit, but it's not there right now. And there we go. There it is. So yeah, there's some kind of discrepancy with this Skyline. At least it seems like it to me. I don't know. It just seems like it takes, you have to get a little closer to it before it pops in for whatever reason. Some kind of odd little thing going on there. And if you look way out in the distance, you'll see there's a weather front out there. You see, I'll hop out and we'll see exactly where that's at. Okay, I'm not seeing anything on radar in the immediate area. The only few spots of rain all the way over around Shreveport. So I don't know if that's what we're looking at there, or if it's just some kind of cloud cover or something like that. But we'll continue heading east. All right, so here we are a little bit closer to Dallas. You can check out the skyline over there. And another discrepancy that I notice with this, it's not as on a grand of a scale as the missing radio towers, but I will give you a few seconds to look down there at Dallas and see if you see anything missing. If you know Dallas, you should pick it out pretty quick. Got the nice interchange down there though with I-30. That's really cool. You see the Dallas Convention Center. It's covered up with the console there. You see it peeking out from under the console now. Look at the skyline a little bit more over here. Now, if you don't know what's missing, it would be Reunion Tower, which really blows my mind that they left that out of the Dallas skyline, because that's like the most noticeable feature out of the entire Dallas skyline is Reunion Tower. You know, I mean, that's almost like blasphemy to leave that thing out, but they did for whatever reason. Now it's still a nice skyline, I mean, don't get me wrong, but you know, Reunion Tower is like a huge part of it, and it's not there. So if you go to Dallas, don't expect to be seeing it. Now we're going to continue east a little bit here. I'm looking for something in particular, but I always have a heck of a time finding it from the air. I don't know why. Do some nice, looks like old abandoned buildings and stuff like that. Abandoned industry and things of that nature. I may have actually gone out a little too far here. But yeah, it was really surprised me that Reunion Tower was going. Really surprised me about the radio towers too. I just kind of took for granted that those would all be there, right? And I thought, you know, going to Cedar Hill, I was like, well, this is gonna be cool. There's gonna be like a wall of radio towers out here, you know, that you most definitely have to kind of keep an eye out for when you're out flying around, and they were nowhere to be seen. So maybe someone can come up with something to add that in, or where are you at? I know you're out here. Okay, I found it. It was on the wrong side. Anyway, if you look out the right window there's a cotton bowl. So, and I don't see anything down there that kind of looks or resembles like the Texas Fair, but there is the cotton bowl. We'll get back around and look at it a little better on the other side. Alright, here we go. We get a better view of it now. It's always really hard for me to pick out for some reason. I had a heck of a time finding it the first time. And we got it now though. So yeah, there it is. Cotton Bowl. Doesn't look like it's in that great a shape now. There's no markings on the field or anything like that. So we'll turn back on course, and I flew out towards Mesquite earlier. We won't do it today, but I flew out towards Mesquite earlier, and they had the big intermodal yard out there. I guess it's a UP yard or something. That's another really good landmark. You could spot it really easy. So here's another good view of the Cotton Bowl. A lot of other buildings and stuff down there too. All right, so let's turn back towards Dallas here. We got some traffic over there. Well, they're about 1 o'clock. Southwest flight. He's probably going into Love Field. You can see the lead-in lights for one of the runways there. The times I have flown over here earlier, it has been really super busy. There have been planes all over the place around Love Field. Probably more than DFW, which doesn't really make sense to me, but we'll go by Love and take a peek at it. All right, we're getting up a little bit closer, and that traffic's actually on the ground. up there. It looks like one might be getting ready to take off. Maybe he's doing something. I see him, his icon moving around on the little map. I have to be really careful over here too. Like I said, I've gotten traffic call-outs for some aircraft and I've gotten none for others. I've had some really close flybys with traffic flying around here, so don't count on ATC to do you a solid and keep you away from each other, because they're not. Like I said, I attribute that to being the live air traffic or whatever. I keep meaning to try the AI traffic. I've yet to do that, but so there you go. There's Love in all its glory. I have never been in or out of Love Field in real life. I've been in and out of DFW a few times, but never have been to Love. So I don't know that much about it other than the fact that there should be a whole bunch of Southwest aircraft down there. And hopefully one of these days we can get some aircraft with the correct livery. You know, it would be really cool to see a bunch of Southwest, like 737 400s or whatever down there in the various schemes that they have. But there it is. And the buildings, I don't know, the buildings look a little generic to me, like they're just kind of white. You know, this is probably something where your payware airport scenery would come in. It looks like Southwest he's rolling down there, so we're going to turn back. They are departing to the north. We're going to turn back this way to stay out of his way. I was looking to see if there's anything else out this way. I honestly just don't know a lot of landmarks and stuff around Dallas. It just doesn't seem like it has the same kind of landmarks that Fort Worth does. If this guy would ever decide what he's going to do, I don't know if he's taking off or not, honestly. It's like maybe he's just taxiing. So I'm wondering, should we risk cutting across? We can. At least we have the ability to do that in sim. ATC in real life would probably... it would probably be very bad what we're doing right now, but we'll go on and do it, and we'll head that way. I'll give you a little better look down the runways. They should, we're so close to the departure in here, they should just go right under us, but they do, I've noticed the AI do a whole lot of missed approaches because they take forever to get off to clear the runway, you know? They take forever to get off the runway. I mean, it's like they come to a stop on it almost, at least the ones that I've seen. And a few of the busier airports that I've flown into, I've noticed quite a few missed approaches or go-arounds because the runway wasn't clear. Now we're going to head over here about 260. Just kind of a neat little side note. If you look off the corner of the console there, you see that big dirt spot. That was the old Texas Stadium. The old Cowboy Stadium was right there, kind of amongst all those highways. You see, it's just is in real life. It's tore down, and I guess they're going to build something there. I don't really know, but that is where it would be. You look way out in the distance there, off the top corner of the nose. You see the new stadium. Well, no, actually, no, that's not it. The new stadium is going to be over right here, right off the corner of the nose there. I don't know what that is straight ahead. There's the new stadium. All right, we're going to turn back towards, there's Dallas-Fort Worth International in all its glory. Huge airfield. You just really can't get a sense of how big it is unless you get to see it from the air. see, that's Grapevine Lake just over the nose there. I think that little lake right behind the compass there is North Lake. I think that's what it's called.
Going to
Okay, yes, that'd be North Lake straight ahead, pretty much 12 o'clock, and then Grapevine over there about 11 off the corner of the console. Those are two really good landmarks for landing in DFW from the north. All right, there we go. We got some traffic coming into DFW. American Airlines 2085. You can see his light splashing down there below the tag. He's kind of in amongst those buildings there below, which you can see him. You can kind of make them out a little bit. At night, you can see them really good. I need to do some night flights. They're not great for like picking out landmarks or sightseeing like that, but I don't know. Okay, I see where he's going now. He's going his other runway over here. All right, got all our clearance taken care of, and here we are, right here on top of DFW International. Probably never get to see it like this in a little private aircraft in real life, going directly over it. I don't know how they would transit aircraft over it. I don't know if they would allow you to go like directly across it through the middle. That way you're not, you know, fouling the departure and arrivals, or what, or if they just have you like go completely around it. But anyway, because it is a sim, ooh, we got someone else right there below us. He just kind of popped up out of nowhere. That's the great thing about simming, is we can do all this dicey stuff that you can't do in real life. So we're just going to cruise around over DFW here. We can see this guy popping out from below us. There he is. Very nice. That's going to look amazing when we get the correct liveries and things like that, hopefully one of these days. So there it is. Looks really nice. You know, the most impressive thing to me about it is the grass textures. You know, I mean, look at that. You can tell all the different patches of grass and areas that have been mowed and taken care of, and all right, we're going to turn and go right down the middle. Actually, we'll go over the ramp over here a little bit. I would imagine if we did this in real life, they'd probably have a number for us to call when we got back in. It would probably be a really, really bad day. I don't know, probably, maybe definitely lose your license, if not maybe get some jail time out of it too. And once again, my usual disclaimer, I'm not a real life pilot. You know, this is just all simming and fun for me, so, you know, we're not giving instructions or anything of that nature. It's just having fun in the sim, checking it out, you know? There you go, even got airport vehicles down there moving around. Those are really cool. Though you have to watch them. I almost hit one, or had one hit me in one of the airfields that I land at, a fuel truck. It does seem to get a little bit, like the least little bit of stutters around here for me. So it seems like it does. I haven't really checked my frame rates on it. I mean, it's done fine. I haven't really even had a reason to check them, but see, there's a few airports straight ahead. Looks like maybe that would be Arlington and Grand Prairie, maybe. And then there's another one off to the left. All right, hopefully no one's departing, because we're fixing to cut back to the west. We'll make a turn to the west here in just a minute. But you know, even with the discrepancies I found, it still looks absolutely amazing, man. I mean, just look at the variation in the ground. You know, you got some areas it looks like dead grass, you got green grass, you know, the trees, the traffic on the highway. I mean, it just looks absolutely outstanding. It looks like the traffic only, you know, renders fairly close to your aircraft. You kind of see them disappearing off in the distance there, so they don't go out too terribly far. I'm sure that's probably a performance thing, you know, so it won't be killing your performance having tons of cars rendering way out in the distance for no reason. So there really is just like a lot of sleight of hand involved with this to make it look good and perform well. Although I have seen some people complaining about performance, you know, with some pretty, you know, sound like a good computer that they had. I can't remember the exact stats, but I remember thinking that what I read it didn't sound like a bad computer, and it was like a 9900K or something like that, and they were having performance issues, really bad stuttering and stuff, and I haven't seen that. So I mean, it has run beautifully for me. One day I'll see about checking the frame rates and see what they look like on this system, but so far so good, like no issues whatsoever. I think that is going to conclude it for our sightseeing, and what we may do is just go back to DFW and land. And I honestly don't know of any other places to really sightsee over around Dallas. Like I said, it's not an area I'm that terribly familiar with, and it doesn't have the big grain elevators and the rail yards and stuff like that, like Fort Worth does. It makes those really good landmarks from the sky. So let's get up here. Let's nearest airport list, Dallas Fort Worth International. We'll go on and tune the tower. I don't see any point in tuning the ATIS because it's not right. It is completely, you know what, we'll tune it. I'll let you guys see what it says.
DFW Airport Information Whiskey 1900 Zulu. Wind 096 at 4. Visibility, tree. Sky condition, few clouds at 1,000 feet, few clouds at 4,100 feet, few clouds at 12,300 feet. Temperature, tree 1. 2.10. Altimeter 2.
It has visibility 3, clouds at 1,000, clouds at 4,000, clouds at 12,000, and that is obviously not correct whatsoever. So I don't know what's up with that. The ATIS is absolutely not correct though, for whatever reason. So we'll request a full stop.
DFW Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is 3 miles west with X-Ray to land.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha DFW Tower. Fly left downwind runway 18 right. Altimeter 29.80, wind 100 at 4.
Alright, let's come back on the throttle.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha cleared to land runway 18 right. Wind 100 at 4.
And that's something else that they do a lot, is like they'll clear you for the approach. No, I didn't mean to do that. Damn it, I'm all over the place. They'll clear you for the approach, and then they'll immediately clear you to land after that. There we are, Grapevine just directly ahead of us. You coming into land on 18 right, then you kind of skirt right along the edge of it there. Out here, we're looking good. Other cool features, if you hit S, it'll make you look at the airport. So that's really, really handy when you're trying to line up. I keep forgetting about it, but Little bit high. I've been flying high on all my approaches here lately for some reason. I don't know why. It's just trying to get reacclimated and used to it again. Another neat feature they have, if you want, is you can look over the nose. You can raise your head up and look over the nose like that, or back down. Changing back and forth between those two really kind of seemed to mess me up though, as far as like your perspective. Alright, there we go. We're starting to get it. Ooh, a little bumpy. And there we go, we're down. Maybe make his first taxiway here. We'll clean up our flaps.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha turn, next taxiway.
Our next taxiway, but they got us. Got us going the other way for some reason. Not really sure about that, but.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha, contact ground on 128.825.
Going to 128.825 Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
And we're clear of the active. All right, guys, that's going to do it. I hope you enjoyed it. Not quite as much to look at this time, just because I'm not being very familiar with that area, and just to me, just not nearly as much interesting stuff to look at as the other side. But I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff. It's greatly appreciated, and we will catch you guys in the air next time. Peace.